It makes sense why they're scared. It makes sense why they are not letting go of their fear because they think that this is useful. Why my partner doesn't see that I try. That's something that I see very often in couples therapy. The couple decides to work on their relationship, and one partner is doing the work, but the other one doesn't see it, doesn't acknowledge it, doesn't validate it. It's a very common pattern, and I will explain more about that. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why this is happening, and also I'm going to give you the way that you can reverse that. Hi, I'm Vassia. I'm a psychologist and also a couples therapist. In my channel here, I usually talk about perfectionism, I talk about anxiety, but also I love talking about relationships. And that's why I'm here today to talk about a very specific aspect in relationships and especially in couples that they want to work on their relationship and they want to overcome barriers. And that's a very specific barrier. Why my partner doesn't see that I try. That's a very common pattern, as I say, especially in relationships where one has the anxious attachment style and the other one the avoidant attachment style. Why is that common? The person with the anxious attachment style is the partner who is assigned, not by anybody, but just by their attachment style, to look at what's going wrong, to look at all the things that need to change. And that's why the anxiously attached person, they are the one who complain, get upset, they are getting angry, they are bitter, they are more critical and judgmental. While the ones with the avoidant attachment style, they're the ones who are keeping all this frustration or maybe the angry feelings that they have, they're keeping them inside, silencing them and suppressing them. They are avoiding their feelings. That's why it's the avoidance style, as we said. It is a common pattern when it's usually happening that they decide to show up in their relationship. They decide to say the words that their partner needed. They decide to do the gestures, the romantic gestures that their partner needed. And the other partner has made it very clear what they need. They have said it a million times. Why don't you buy me flowers? Why don't you say something nice to me? Why don't you appreciate what I do? They have said it a million times. There's no way that an anxiously attached person hasn't said what they needed or complained about what they don't have. So that's the moment when the partner, I'm not going to say the avoidant partner, but let's say that's usually the pattern, but the partner starts showing up and doing the things that they haven't had so far. And the reason that they are showing up is because that they felt more connected with the partner, they understood them better, they want to put the effort. And when they do all this, then their response is very disappointing. Again, they feel that they haven't done enough. So their response might be, yeah, okay, so what? You did it once and now what? You're expecting the applause from me? Or so what? I've been doing that for years and now you did it once and you think you deserve attention and deserve, praise? No. So instead of feeling acknowledged and seen for this one step that they did, their partner doesn't see that they try. They don't, maybe they, not that they don't see, they see it, but they don't acknowledge it, or they don't acknowledge it as important. And that's very disappointing. So, as I said, I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why this is happening. But there's one overarching reason, and that is fear. Let me explain to you the 3 reasons that I said, and you will understand the connection with fear. First of all, the partner who sees the effort, but they don't praise, they don't acknowledge, they don't validate, they don't even mention it. They don't even say that I see it. Huh? One reason that they do it is because they believe that if I acknowledge it, maybe they will stop trying. See, that's fear number one. What if I say, wow, thank you. I see that. You're putting the effort. I appreciate it. And then the partner sits back and doesn't do anything more because they did it. That's the fear. It doesn't mean that this will happen, but that's the fear of the person who doesn't acknowledge and validate the effort of the other partner. Fear number 2, they are afraid that that might be temporary. What if you're doing it only until we get out of this storm, out of this whatever sphere we are into as a couple, out of this challenge? And when things are good, then you will stop putting the effort again. You're not going to try anymore for our relationship. Why would I praise you for that? I need to see consistency. I need to see it for a long time until I believe it. Fear number 3, and that's deeper fear, even deeper. What if I see your effort? What if I believe your effort? And then you take it back and you stop trying for our relationship. And the moment that I would be happy and hopeful again, you're going to take everything from me and I'm going to be sad, hurt, and disappointed again. Why would I believe that? So, as you see, fear number 3 is more of a protection for the partner who doesn't want to believe it because they are afraid that they will get hurt again and disappointed. So you see, as I said, the overarching reason is fear. Fear, fear, fear. Fear number 1, fear number 2, fear number 3. So what can we actually do there? Because they are afraid that the relationship will not be equal. Again, for any reason, the other partner will stop trying again, and then they will need to do the work again. That's usually the belief, the subconscious belief of the anxiously attached people. I'm doing all the work. You're not doing anything. That's why I say that this is usually a pattern between anxious and avoidant. So, what can we do? First of all, if you are the partner who feels invalidated, unacknowledged, unappreciated, the first thing that you can do is acknowledge the fear of your partner. It's not that they don't want to believe in you. They would long to, they would love to actually tell you, I'm so happy, you make me so happy when you change that. They would love to do that. But they are suppressing themselves. They are keeping it inside them because of fear. So the first thing that you can do is acknowledge the fear. I know you see my effort. And I know you're scared that if you see that and you acknowledge it, that something will happen and I will stop trying. So acknowledge that. Don't go into the yes, but, or, over explaining and analyzing. Just acknowledge why they feel like that. You see why they react like that. And then when you do that and you acknowledge and you validate them, because that's what we want to do. We want to validate each other. When you do that, remind them that this is a new start and you're doing your best. And you cannot erase all the wrongdoings of the past. You cannot change that. Unfortunately, we wish we would have a magic wand and ping, change everything, but we cannot. So remind them that this is a new start. You're doing your best. And it's important for you during this new start that you feel from them the trust. You feel trust coming from their side. It's important for you. And you acknowledge that it's so difficult to trust. Trust is the opposite of fear. How can you go from fear to trust? You know that. Acknowledge the difficulty and tell them that I'm doing the effort to do all the things you wanted. You've asked me to. And what I ask is also that you trust me, that I'm going to stick to that. And I mean it. I don't mean to manipulate you. I don't mean to trick you into believing something and then stop working. And feel free also to remind me when you see me stop working. Of course, this is a collaborative work. We're doing a teamwork here. So invite them in. You're not enemies anymore. You're allies. Invite them in. Tell them when you see me letting go, remind me, because I don't want to forget. I don't want to lay back and don't work for our relationship. So that's how we counter fear. This is how we silence all these scary thoughts in our partner. So acknowledge their fear, remind them that this is a start, and remind them that you need to see a little bit of trust from their side when you are putting this effort. Let me know how it goes. Try that with your partner, acknowledge them, and you will see how things get softer when we validate and acknowledge each other's feelings. Check the link that I have for the attachment webinar that tells you everything about attachment styles. And of course, if you have a question, put it in the comments below. And don't forget, subscribe and click on the bell so that you get notified every time I share with you a useful video about relationships and mental health. You don't want to miss it. And also, I'm here if you want any advice, if you want to go deeper into your relationships. My team with couples therapists, they're here waiting for you to support you in creating more connection, trust, intimacy, and fun in your relationship. Until then, take good care of yourself and of each other.